Ah.
No, that's enough for me.
All right.
Okay, so
Yeah.
hello.
Are you sure?
We
Gambling debts are debts of honor.
we
Gambling
won.
debts are debts of honor.
We
I'll
won
give
off
it
screen.
back to you when I don't need it anymore. Okay?
Okay, but make sure my mom doesn't catch you with it. She thinks it's dangerous.
It is dangerous.
That kid's doing it perfectly between my feet. Look at that shit.
Matt is keeping himself busy, but I think I'll
Okay.
let him play.
Okay, so we have a slingshot, but what does that help us with? But yeah, if Matt doesn't like the professor, there's probably a good reason
Miss
for it.
Miller and the professor are talking
Kid's got good
intensely.
instincts, you know?
She seems
Again,
pretty
either that or
relaxed
maybe
by her
he just
standards.
misses his dad, doesn't want a new one.
That could be.
Good morning, Miss Miller. Professor Lucien.
Was I supposed to have my hat this whole
Constable
time?
Zentner, how are you? I heard you passed out last night.
Well, not quite. I was poisoned.
Oh,
That wretch!
Who do you mean by that wretch?
That stowaway! That new raven!
No, we have
The
two
young
people
man
here.
can't be the murderer. Constable Oliver had already apprehended him when the shot was fired.
You mean...
Whoever killed the Baroness is still on the loose.
I think I should take my leave. I'd like to rest for a while.
Hmm.
One last question, Professor.
Which one do you think would be better?
The safe in Legrand's cabin can only be opened with 3 keys. Am I right?
That's correct. We sent the first to Monsieur Mokhtar of the Egyptian Museum via air freight. I have one, and the inspector has the other.
But it was originally planned that someone else should carry the 3rd key, right?
You are well informed, Constable. Baroness von Trebitz should have had it. But then there were concerns. And for that reason, Inspector Legrand took it himself.
Was
Uh-huh.
that his idea?
Well, yes, you could say that. I want to go back to my cabin. I'll see you later, Mary.
oh, of course. See you later.
Suspicious! Hello.
I didn't want to interrupt your conversation with Professor Lucien so abruptly.
Lucien.
I don't know what's wrong
Okay.
with him.
Learning that there's still a burglar on board seemed to frighten him.
He was so relaxed the whole time, and then...
And then the stupid Swiss constable came by and made him anxious.
Oh, I didn't mean that.
No matter. I'm sure he'll calm down and come back soon enough. May I ask you a few questions?
Of course.
Alright, back.
How is
Welcome
Matt?
back.
He seems happy enough.
After all the commotion, he's already back to his old self again. But I
No, he's
haven't
not.
told him about the murder.
The kid's
That would
in
be a
shock
bit
or
too
something.
much for him.
I think
Yeah.
he's made of sterner stuff.
I want to thank you again for what you did on the train. I wouldn't have known...
Everything's fine. Think nothing of it.
Wait, how the fuck did we... Okay, whatever.
How
What?
was last night for you?
We just reached over
was
to comfort
awful.
her when we're like,
I was having a
everything's
conversation
fine,
with
and then we
Edgar,
like zipped back.
Professor Lucien, here on the forecastle. Then I wanted to look for the lady and went forward via the side deck. When I passed the Baroness's cabin, I heard a muffled scream.
You heard a scream.
Really?
Yes. I thought the Baroness probably had a fall. I went to the door and listened for a moment. Since I couldn't hear anything, I knocked on the door and asked whether she was all right. There was no answer.
Interesting. And then?
I didn't know what to do, so I tried to open the door. It was locked. I saw the Baroness's butler, Mr. Inch, on the forecastle. I thought he might have the key and went back. On the way, the Bobby crossed my path, and then Edgar, who wanted to check the safe. I explained the situation to him, and then the alarm went off.
Huh.
How did the scream sound?
It was a short outcry, very frightened, as if someone had been startled.
Like,
Was
oh!
it a woman's voice?
Yes, the voice was high.
So it could have been a scream from the Baroness. Possibly because she discovered someone in her cabin.
Possibly.
That person might have threatened her with a weapon, so that she wouldn't scream for help.
Oh, God.
He waited until the coast was clear.
Oh, please, stop it, Mr. Zellner.
The Baroness's butler said that he was on the forecastle as well?
Yes, he was standing on the other side of the deck smoking a cigarette.
Was he on the forecastle the whole time?
I'm not sure. He was there, and later he was on the side deck with us. Oh, yes, he looked after you while you were unconscious. He unbuttoned
Yeah.
your collar
Ah,
and held
right.
your head while the doctor checked you.
But you can't say for certain whether he came from the forecastle with you and Professor Lucien, or afterwards.
Well, no. But where else could he have come from?
Did you report that to Inspector Legrand?
Yes, last night. He was very interested and took a lot of notes. But I wanted to look for Lady Westmacott, and he let me go without further delay. He said that he'd take down my full statement today.
I understand.
Do you think the man from the train also killed the Baroness, Constable Zellner?
I don't know yet.
It's horrible. Explosions, thieves, murderers. This isn't the right place for a lady and a little boy.
You and Professor Lucien seem to be having a lively conversation.
What were you talking about?
Oh, yes. He's an expert in ancient Egyptian art and preeminent in hieroglyphic research. He's the head of the Egyptian department in the British Museum, you know? And he's going to open an exhibition at the Egyptian Museum in Cairo.
Yes.
Right. For the eye.
They had planned on exhibiting both jewels together for the first time in decades, but that's not going to happen now, sadly. I think it's quite upsetting for him.
We're working hard to ensure that at least one eye will be on display.
I know. I'll ask Lady Westmacott if she'd like to participate in the opening of the exhibition. I think it would be good for her.
And Professor Lucien will surely offer you a private tour. You're American, aren't you?
That's correct.
And you moved to England because of the job?
I lived in England before. During the Second World War, I volunteered. I worked in a pharmacy on a US base north of London.
In
Oh,
a
cool.
pharmacy. Interesting.
Well, it was the war and everyone was sent where they could help best.
Please go on, Mrs. Miller.
After the war, I studied music in London. I met my husband there. We married and went back to the States together.
He was also American?
No, English. But he said he had problems with his family and he wanted to be as far from them as possible.
And you gave up your studies for him?
Well, yes, I did.
Oh no.
Life as a single mother couldn't have been easy.
It was pretty tough then. I worked from morning till night and it was still only enough for the bare necessities. And I couldn't give Matt all the attention he needed.
And then Lady Westmacott entered your life.
It was like an angel appeared to me. She must have offered me the position out of pity. I had no experience as a carer. She made me a generous offer. I couldn't believe it. And she really adores Matt. She's offered him a good education, and now he has every opportunity in life.
An almost unbelievable story.
I'm still afraid that it's a dream and that I'll wake up one day.
That's sweet, but also sad.
How does it feel to work for such a world-famous person?
The work is very interesting and varied, and it pays well too.
You are very lucky that the lady offered the position to you.
I just hope she won't change her mind one day.
Ugh.
What would become of Matt's education then?
He'll probably
I
just
really
get
make
fucked.
an effort to measure up to Lady Westmacott's expectations, but sometimes I feel like I fall short.
One
Lady
second.
Westmacott couldn't ask for a better companion.
I'm saving up as much money as I can all the same. I'd do anything so that Matt doesn't have to give up his new life.
Lady Westmacott dropped a hint on the train that she killed her hero, Partout. What did she mean by that?
Oh, she must have meant the manuscript.
Manuscript?
She always takes it with her. It's an unpublished Partout novel. I once asked her why she never published it. She said that according to her will, the novel's only to be published after her death.
And in
Oh.
it, Partout will be killed?
Maybe. I've never read it. No one has. You'd better ask her yourself.
Interesting.
If you worked in a pharmacy, you would certainly know something about medicines and poisons.
Everything is a potential poison, Constable. It depends on the dose.
Even medicine
Have you
can
ever
kill.
heard of chloral hydrate?
It's a tranquilizer, isn't it?
I'm asking you.
Well, Lady Westmacott also asked questions like that for her last novel. But since I've never wanted to kill anyone, I never bothered with things like strychnine and arsenic and all that. I could recommend something for a headache, a sore throat, or a rash.
That's kind of you, but there's really no need. I'll be seeing you, Miss Miller.
Constable.
So there are a few select people on the ship who actually know about, like, poisons and stuff. Interesting. God damn it. What are we supposed to do with this slingshot, I wonder? Maybe we can use it to distract him? Oh my god. Shoot at Constable.
What's the other option? Oh, circle just right to get rid of it.
It may not seem like it, but Constable Oliver is actually a very effective watchman.
I'll be right back. Dog's being a little butt. Bee whip. Bee whip. Okay, and we're back. So, I have to try.
He could be more cooperative, but in the end, he's just doing his job.
Oh.
No reason to shoot a stone at his head.
Fine. Oh, wait a minute.
That's what the stones are for.
The little stones make perfect ammunition for the slingshot. Now I just need a suitable target.
Indeed. What would we shoot at, though? Like, I'm trying to think, but there's nothing that's really been, like, out of reach for us that we need to hit, like, a button or something. Or... I don't know. Maybe... Oh, no. It's not to take a sample, we know that. What are we to do? So we need like a piece of wire or something to pick the lock to Legrand's
Unless you
cabin.
can ask Matt's mom for another hairpin.
Small, even stones.
You're right.
Maybe we should look at the thing again just in case.
Look at what thing?
Like the ground's door.
Okay.
Like, oh, maybe I could get you a hairpin again. Or something.
Yeah, maybe you just need
just in
like
case you need to trigger it.
Probably. That's a fair guess. I wonder if I could go into my own room. Because, like, wire coat hangers were a thing back then, right?
Yeah.
Nope. Okay. So let's see.
I need something to open the lock. The key would be best, but a wire would do.
Okay.
Is he gonna make us specifically find a wire?
It seems like it. Now, where could we find a wire, though? Our options are somewhat limited here.
The death of his
No. Maybe a wire from the Baroness?
I don't think there were wires in the room.
I don't know. I haven't seen wires anywhere. I don't think.
Oh, so what's the message in your pocket again?
Oh, to Legrand, meet me in the saloon at 10. There is a murderer on board.
Right.
Indeed. So nothing I can do here right now.
Yeah, not as of yet.
Maybe I need to go talk to Legrand while he's talking with what's his name?
The violinist.
Yeah, whatever his name is, I don't care. Oh, look at that. The captain's back.
Oh, you can talk to him again?
It would seem so.
I believe I've got everything I can out of him. There's nothing more he can tell me at the moment. A little...
Ah!
Small, even... Mr. Kreutzer clearly feels uneasy. But does Legrand actually think he's the Raven?
Nah.
Legrand is absorbed in the interrogation. He still seems pretty annoyed. The violinist seems to be bearing the brunt of it.
After deck. Old lady, you got anything for me?
Lady Westmacott,
By all means.
Oh, hello, Jax.
did Miss Miller cope with all the excitement?
I think so. But what happened on the train was quite a shock for her. She wouldn't be able to go on if something happened to Matthew.
She's worried about him.
He's all she has. It breaks her heart that he lives at a boarding school and can't always be with her. But she sets her wishes and needs aside so that he can get a good education. That's her way.
Where is Matthew's father?
Gone. Run off. Ran away from his problems again. He drank a lot. More and more after each setback. It's better for both of them this way.
He left her.
She couldn't have borne it. She loved him and wanted to stick by him. She fell out with her family over him. They couldn't understand her.
Oh.
And when he left her, the ground opened up beneath her feet. For 2 weeks, she was as good as dead. If she didn't have Matthew, she'd be dead.
You seem to know
Fucking
a lot about
hell.
it. I mean, about the time before Miss Miller began working for you.
I have my reasons.
And Matthew, do you care as deeply about the children of your other employees?
If you fail with your own child, you hope to do better with others, Constable.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
And the idea to send Matt to a boarding school...
Was mine. Matthew idolized his father and blamed his mother for the fact that he wasn't around anymore.
Oh,
Wow.
yep.
I was afraid the situation would escalate if he had to live on a country estate alone with his mother and some old people. I think I was right.
I think
He
you were.
quickly made friends
Yeah.
at boarding school. He's popular, well liked, a real athlete according to his teachers, and his relationship with his mother has improved as well. He's headed in the right direction.
Yeah, I
Miss
was
Miller
right.
told me that you
It's
have
not
a
because there's something
valuable
wrong with the
manuscript.
professor.
That is
It's just he idolizes his
An
father.
unpublished Part 2 novel. The manuscript must
Sounds
be worth
like
a
it.
I have
fortune.
one dad, you're not my
It's
dad,
not
type
just
thing.
any Part 2 novel. I wrote it 20 years ago.
Fucking
but
hell.
It will only be published after
Damn.
my death. It's Part 2's last case. Maurice Part 2 dies.
You're going to kill him off?
I already have. And I enjoyed it.
Oh, don't worry. That's
never.
what reboots
I
are for.
was so sick of writing one Part 2 novel after another. I was keen to stick a knife in his guts. And so, 20 years ago, I did. Of course, I didn't want to disappoint my fans, so I let him solve case after case. But at least I was certain that he'd never escape me, that in the end, I would get him.
I
God.
understand.
Wow.
Let's just hope that this novel remains unpublished for many more years. I have to be going, Lady Westmacott.
Please keep me informed.
Goodbye,
Constable
please.
Zellner.
Of course.
Don't worry. When I write a story about you, your death will be much nicer.
A lot less bloody. Your intros won't be painting the stage.
There's a
Okay.
small, even...
But I
Maybe we-
can't understand that. You do the same, essentially the same thing over and over. Like you can't really find very many variations.
Yeah. There's only so
Between,
many
like,
times you can do the
one
same
pal.
thing.
Yeah, one. Like another murder case, another just missing person case, which leads to a murder case type thing, you know?
Yeah, that's when you start getting into some weird shit, like, you know what, never
You
mind.
either get really weird with it, or you just get tired of and just want to finish it off. I understand.
Yeah. Alright, well, that's all the time we have for today. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you later.
Adios.